Before we talk about belly fat after 40, try something simple tomorrow morning. Start your day with about 30 grams of protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, a protein smoothie, anything that gets you close. Because when women over 40 start the day with enough protein, something interesting happens. Blood sugar becomes more stable. Hunger later in the day drops. And the hormone most connected to stubborn belly fat, cortisol, begins to calm down. Most women never try this simple shift. Instead, they're told to eat less, exercise more, and push harder. And if that advice suddenly stopped working for you after 40, there's actually a biological reason. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that keep belly fat stuck after 40 and what actually works instead. Stay with me because mistake number 3 is the one almost every woman makes without realizing it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your body suddenly started playing by completely different rules? You're eating less, you're trying to exercise more, you're being more careful about what you eat, and yet your waistline refuses to change. Maybe your jeans feel tighter, maybe the scale moves up even when you're trying harder. If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. Your body is not broken, and you're definitely not lacking discipline. What's actually happening is that your body is responding to hormonal changes that most diet advice simply ignores. Because once women move into their 40s, metabolism begins shifting in ways that change how fat is stored. Estrogen starts fluctuating, recovery slows down, and one hormone becomes much more sensitive than it used to be: cortisol. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, but inside the body, it plays a very specific role. When cortisol stays elevated for long periods of time, the body begins storing fat around the midsection. This is a protective response that goes back thousands of years. Your body believes it needs to protect vital organs during stressful times. The problem is that many of the most common diet and fitness strategies actually raise cortisol. Which brings us to the first mistake. Mistake number 1 is undereating. For decades, women have been told that losing weight is simple. Just eat less. Cut calories or reduce portions. But when calories drop too low for too long, the body interprets that as stress. Metabolism begins slowing down, energy levels drop, and cortisol begins to rise. That hormonal shift makes fat loss harder, not easier. This is why so many women notice something frustrating after 40. They eat less than they ever have before, yet their stomach doesn't change, or their progress completely stalls. The body isn't being stubborn, it's simply trying to protect itself. Mistake number 2 is something I see constantly when women start trying to lose weight: too much intense cardio. Cardio itself isn't bad. Walking, cycling, swimming, those are all fantastic for overall health. But when long sessions of intense cardio happen day after day, the body can enter a constant stress state. And once again, cortisol rises. When cortisol stays elevated, fat storage around the belly becomes more likely. Instead of endless cardio, something far more powerful happens when women over 40 start focusing on strength training. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. That means the more lean muscle your body maintains, the more calories it burns even at rest. Strength training also helps protect bone density and joint health as estrogen declines. You don't need complicated gym routines. Even 2 or 3 short strength workouts per week can start improving metabolism. This is actually one of the core principles inside my 6-week reset program, because when strength training is paired with the right nutrition, the metabolism can finally start working with your body again. Now let's talk about mistake number 3. This one surprises a lot of people: poor sleep. Sleep is one of the most powerful regulators of hormones in the entire body. When sleep becomes inconsistent or shortened, several things begin happening internally. Cortisol rises, hunger hormones increase, and insulin sensitivity declines. That combination pushes the body toward fat storage. Sleep deprivation increases the hormone ghrelin, which stimulates hunger. At the same time, it lowers leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. So the next day, you feel hungrier and less satisfied after eating. Many women assume this is simply a lack of willpower, but in reality, it's a hormonal response to poor sleep. Getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep can dramatically improve how the body regulates hunger, energy, and fat storage. Mistake number 4 is something that quietly affects metabolism all day long: unstable blood sugar. When blood sugar rises very quickly after a meal, insulin rises with it. And insulin is a fat storage hormone, but stabilizing blood sugar doesn't require eliminating carbohydrates. Instead, it's about how foods are combined. When carbohydrates are paired with protein, fiber, and healthy fats, digestion slows down. Blood sugar rises more gradually, and insulin responses stay much more balanced. Small adjustments to how meals are built can have a powerful effect over time. Now, the fifth mistake is something I see constantly when women start trying to eat healthier. Not eating enough protein. Protein becomes incredibly important after 40. It supports muscle maintenance, it stabilizes blood sugar, and it helps control appetite. But many women over 40 are eating far less protein than their body actually needs. Instead of protein being a small side item, it should become the center of the meal. When meals are built around protein first, everything else becomes easier to balance. Energy improves, hunger becomes more predictable, and metabolism stays more active. So if we simplify everything we talked about today, the strategy that works after 40 becomes very clear. Prioritize protein at every meal. Strength train 2 to 3 times per week. Walk regularly, stabilize blood sugar, and make sleep a priority. These habits help lower cortisol and create the hormonal environment your body needs to finally release stubborn belly fat. The women who see the biggest transformations after 40 are not the ones who punish themselves with extreme diets. And they're not the ones who spend hours exhausting themselves in the gym. They're the ones who learn how to work with their biology instead of against it. And when that shift happens, the body can change in ways that feel almost impossible before. If you want a step-by-step plan that walks you through exactly how to reset your metabolism after 40, I created a program called the 6-Week Reset. Inside the program, I guide you through the nutrition strategies, workouts, and hormone-supporting habits that help women over 40 regain control of their metabolism. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you're looking for a simpler place to begin, many women start with my 10-day detox, which helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce the cortisol patterns that contribute to stubborn belly fat. Both options are linked below. And if you found this helpful, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here on Menopause Fitness 101, I share simple, science-backed strategies to help women over 40 lose stubborn belly fat, regain their energy, and feel confident in their bodies again. New videos come out every week to help you work with your body instead of against it. So if that's something you want more of, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video.